Where are the home prices headed in 2025? Curious? You want to stick around and watch.
This is Kasama Lee, your community realtor.
So, you may be hearing from different people, depending on what sources of information they're getting it from. The market is crashing. And some people are like, man, this is a great opportunity to buy, right? So all depends on your perspective and the sources of information. So at the end of this video today, my goal is to have you be well informed based on actual sources of data. We're talking about a survey of over 100 housing market experts that have given this input. That's what we're going to talk about today, and you should be able to have some level of confidence about what the market is doing. So let's get started. If you find this type of content valuable, you want to hit, subscribe and the bell notification so you don't miss future videos. I truly appreciate your support to the channel by sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting. It helps build the channel so that we can get it out to more people. We're going to talk about what is happening projected in the next 5 years in the housing market. And spoiler alert, it's not crashing. So you're going to see that with some of the data that we're going to be showing, okay? As I mentioned earlier, based on over 100 housing market expert survey, and you can see on the chart here that the market may have been, prices are flattening in the majority of the areas, okay? But you're going to see on this survey from home price expectation surveys from Fannie Mae, collective forecasts show prices are projected to keep rising over the next 5 years, just at a slower, healthier pace than what we've seen more recently. And that kind of steady, sustainable growth should be one factor to help ease your fears about the years ahead. And you can kind of see the chart here of what is projected to be happening in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, and 2029. And you're going to see in the next chart, based on these survey responses, there are 3 categories of these experts: the optimist, the pessimist, and the overall average outlook. And this is what we end up with this chart, okay? So the next chart you will see is the average projection is about 3.3% price growth per year through 2029 by the overall forecasters. Those are the average ones. Now, the optimist, the number is higher, of course. The growth is closer to 5% a year. And the pessimist, overall, the forecast is about 1.3% growth per year. When you see all of these 3 different categories, one thing to keep in mind is not one of them is saying that it's going to be growing in the negative percentage. Even the pessimist percentage is 1.3% per year. So it's going to be a steady climb of appreciation. I know we are all kind of spoiled from the consequence of what happened since the pandemic. The growth went like this, and now it's going flat and people are freaking out, when actually this is kind of the normal market of pace of appreciation in general over decades. So for those of you who are still on the fence about buying, you may want to get off the fence and get some clarity around what's happening with the market. It looks to be that the market is still going to continue to climb. I can't emphasize enough about the ability to really build your financial portfolio through years, long-term hold of having real estate as part of your portfolio. I hope it gives you some confidence that we're not heading for a crash. Remember, we don't have the loans, the negative amortization loans and the risky loans that took place when there was a market crash in, 2010. So we are in a different place. There is more sustainability, there is more stability in the housing market. Are you going to be part of it, or are you just going to watch it happen? Thanks for watching.